Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome back to another episode in the Bundesliga career mode. This is episode number 77, and we start today's episode off with a game against FC Basel here in the Champions League for our final Champions League group stage game here at the Volkspark Stadion. Now, as you can see by the table right now, all we need in this final game is just 1 point to guarantee top spot and qualify as group winners. Of course, we already qualified to knockout stages guaranteed, but just a 1 point in this game, just a draw, will be enough to guarantee top spot come the end of 6 games. But regardless, still wanting to win this game and being heavy favourites for it as well, taking on FC Basel, who so far only have 1 point in the group, and that came against us many weeks ago now. So taking on the Swiss side, I decided to rest 10 of my usual first 11 players. Cesar Valente was the only player that started this game, and after a pretty drab first half, the score was still scored for Basel. Did have the best chance the first half, that volley going just wide the post and behind for a goal kick. But in the 69th minute here, a good chance for Basel to take the lead as Jacques is on the ball. He scored in a reverse leg, gave it to his teammate there, but that shot went harmlessly wide the post and behind, so still 0-0. And with 14 minutes to go, the game was coming to its close. It was a really uneventful game. Cesar Valente made a save there from a tight angle and turned that shot behind for a corner, but from the corner, Kuzmanovic crossed the ball into the centre. The number 20 looking for a teammate, picked out his right back, Michael Lang, who won the header. And for Cesar Valente, I must admit, we all love the guy. We really value him. He's such an amazing goalkeeper, but I really think he should have saved this header here. The cross comes in from the corner. Lang gets a good head on it and gets enough power behind it, but to be honest, Cesar Valente, a goalkeeper of his class, should be getting something on that. Instead he doesn't, and Michael Lang turns out to be the game winner as FC Basel come to Germany and stun us by winning the game by a 1-0. So our first defeat of the season, we lose to FC Basel in the Champions League. And although you see after the game that CSKA Moscow did lose at home to Sevilla, which means we still qualify as group winners, I'm still pretty disappointed about that because, you know, with all due respect to FC Basel, they only finished up with 4 points in the group, and all 4 of those points came against us. So we failed to beat the Swiss side over the 2 games we played against them, and we really shouldn't have lost that game. Very disappointing indeed, and not good to lose for the first time this season. Regardless, still finished as group winners, which meant that in the round of 16 stage we would face a team that finished runners-up in their group, and the side we've been drawn against is the French team, Marseille. So we'll take on Marseille in the round of 16 over 2 legs. Must admit, very happy with that tie. They're not a bad side at all, Marseille, but I think we can take them over 2 legs. But if we play like that game against Basel over the 2 legs against Marseille, we'll probably lose 5-0 in both games, because that was just a terrible performance from me. I really did nothing of note. But still, for the second game of today's episode here, we take on Bayern Munich back in the Bundesliga. So no wins in our last 2 games, no competitions. Now taking on Bayern Munich away at the Allianz Arena. Right now they're sitting in 4th place and of late have been pretty disappointing in the league. But despite us being top of the table and then struggling for form in the league right now, they've rested a lot of players for this game too. We all know that Bayern Munich are a fantastic side at the Allianz Arena, rarely lose games, but for us we're encouraged by the fact that they have rested quite a few players. Now our last 2 league games in the Bundesliga here at the Allianz Arena have both been wins. So it's going to be a tight game, going to be a tough game, but I definitely think we've got a good chance of winning this game, bouncing back with a victory and claiming a big 3 points as we try and extend the gap at the top of the table. Vidal to Galdino, first chance could come here to Bayern, shots deflected and hits the bar and goes behind for a corner. My word, a chance out of nothing. That shot from range deflecting off Jonathan Tah, and it almost looped in and over Cesar Valente, but fortunately hit the crossbar and went behind for a corner. Had they scored from that, I would have been furious, but fortunately the woodwork saves us there, and the score remains goalless. Not good to see Bayern get the first chance of the game though, and then Galdino's volley from the corner goes harmlessly over the bar. So an interesting lineup for Bayern for this game. They've rested a lot of players for it. It's certainly not the most threatening side we've come up against in recent years against Bayern, but either way I definitely feel as though this will be a tough game for us, especially away from home. But if we're on our game, we can definitely get the 3 points in this one and extend the gap at the top of the table. Come on. So Danilo plays the ball long towards Masuaku as the score remains at 0-0 past the half an hour mark now, as Masuaku finds Royce. Did very well to control that and take it around his man. And Masuaku continues his run here, and left back's on the ball. Needs some support really. He'll chip it inside towards Marco Royce. Goes down. And oh no. It's going to be a broken elbow, isn't it? Probably a broken elbow. That is not what we want to see. I shouldn't have looped that ball in the air there for Royce. And our new record signing, becomes our first real injury of the season. Damn it, that is so annoying. Roy's going to have to come off, Luan will come on. Oh, that's annoying. I should not have chipped that ball in the air. And I must admit, on the first glance, it looked like a broken elbow. We'll have to wait and see this on the replay, see if it was a different type of injury. It's hard to tell really from that angle. I think it is probably going to be an elbow or a shoulder injury. Most likely broken or dislocated. And unfortunately, Royce is off. And that's a real shame because he started this season off very well. A couple of goals already, a couple of big ones too. And that's very, very frustrating. Royce injured, not great. Lewandowski, good turn to beat his man, but Saul's there with a tackle. And now a chance on the break here. Maya through the gap towards Correa. Big tackle interception by one of the two new gen / regens playing in this game for Bayern. And I must admit, they've both started off quite well, as one of them finds Vidal, and Lahm and Vidal play 1-2. Now Vidal on the ball, and the Chilean finds Robert Lewandowski. Now Vidal towards Galdino, through towards the Polish striker here. And the former Borussia Dortmund man finds Steinhardt inside the area. Danilo stands him up. Still Steinhardt on the ball though. Still Steinhardt. Danilo gets caught out there. Cross comes in. Holtby deflected it, but straight to Lewandowski. And just before the half-time mark, Robert Lewandowski opens the scoring and makes it Bayern 1, Hamburg 0. Danilo here seemed to have his man covered and then just ran off the pitch. Cross came in and Holtby just deflected the ball straight into the path of Robert Lewandowski. And if you give Lewandowski space and a chance inside the 6-yard box, well, you may as well put the ball in the centre circle yourself. He's going to find the back of the net. He does. Bayern 1, Hamburg 0. We could be on course for back-to-back defeats. Not good. Great tackle by Luan here, and he goes down this left-hand side. He's got a lot of pace, Luan. He's got energy off the bench, but I've ran straight into Badstuber. But Luan wins it back here, but Badstuber uses his body well. But so does Luan, and wins it back. Really good run by Luan here. Continues, gets inside the area, goes for goal, and it's saved by Stark. But Correa will turn in the rebound, and we get ourselves back on level terms. Just 7 minutes after the restart, we may have lost Royce, but we haven't lost our top scorer. Angel Correa puts it into the back of the net, and just like Lewandowski, he couldn't really miss. Luan with some fantastic work down the left hand side, won the ball back, cut inside. His shot was well saved by Stark, but really I think he should have pushed it away much further than he did, straight to Angel Correa, who simply could not miss. That's goal number 11 in the Bundesliga this season, and certainly his easiest one of the year so far. Correa with a simple finish. It's 1-1. We're back on level terms. Come on, Hamburg, let's turn it round and get a winner. Lahm through towards Galdino. Tar comes out of position to meet him, but Galdino turns him. Tar blocks the first pass, and still Galdino can't block the second. He finds Sanchez down the left-hand side here. Sanchez on the ball, doesn't want to cross it, so finds Steinhardt inside towards Lewandowski, towards Galdino. Brilliant link-up play, and Robert Lewandowski has his second goal of the game. And 14 minutes after we got the score, back on level terms, the former Borussia Dortmund striker has scored his second of the game. A brilliant 1-2 here with Galdino. Really nice link-up play and a fantastic finish by the Polish striker. And he simply, well, I was going to say he simply couldn't miss. He had a lot of work to do still with Valente coming out to meet him, but I mean, that's a finish that we've seen from time to time from Lewandowski. A really, really good finish, accurate and powerful, and most importantly, into the back of the net. Lewandowski with a goal, his 6th of the season for the number 9. And once again, we trail. Disappointing from me, not good defending. Bayern back in front. Well, we've got just over a quarter of an hour to get ourselves back on level terms, but Bayern have now sent on Neymar for Sanchez, but Luan's got inside again here. He's played so well since coming off the bench and still lying on the ball, and what a run by Luan! Great save by Stark, and Steinhardt's clearance deflects off Holtby, and Galdino plucks it out the sky. So Werner back towards Valente. Come on, just over 10 minutes to go. Can we get ourselves back on level terms here? Sane plays it through towards Correa, helps it on towards Maya. Maya takes it around his man, back towards Correa. Correa around his man, through towards Maya. Really good chance here. Maximilian Maya surely for 2-2. What a save by Stark again. And De Hu gets onto the loose ball here down left-hand side. Crosses blocked by Badstuber. Corner for Hamburg. Another great save by Stark on the one-on-one. We've had chances, but we just haven't taken them. And the score remains 2-1 to Bayern. Come on. Galdino's throw goes straight to Timo Werner. One final chance maybe, launched across into centre. Luan's header! Oh, it's off the post by Luan! And Martinez scrambles it away. One final chance maybe. Werner loses it. Danilo controls, but the referee blows for full time. And that is that. Luan so close to equalising with our final attack, but his header hits the post, and that will do it. Final score of the Allianz Arena. It's back-to-back defeats. It's Bayern 2, Hamburg 1, and it's our first league defeat after our first loss of the season as well. Absolutely gutted about that. You know, I really did feel as though he played quite well in that game, especially after losing Royce in the first half, but unfortunately it is Bayern to get the 3 points. A Robert Lewandowski brace is too much for us to handle, and despite Correa's equaliser 8 minutes after the break, we still come up short. So final score 2-1. A very interesting game though, but again, as you can see, I thought we played quite well, and I really felt as though we deserved at least a point from this game. Sadly, it wasn't to be, and Bayern claim all 3 points. So, man the match from this game, not entirely sure. I thought Stark made a couple of big saves down the stretch, so possibly him, but Lewandowski scored 2 goals, took his chances, and I feel he definitely deserves man the match in my opinion. So, I will give a shout out to Luan though. I thought he played very well coming to the bench. A 6.3, really? He was, despite Correa scoring, I thought he was our most dangerous player, but either way, Lewandowski is man of the match, played very well, 7.4, scored both of Bayern's goals, and helped them win the game by 2-1. Disappointing, our first league loss, and we're probably not going to be top of the table after this, but disappointing, but that's just how it is. Got to swallow it. And despite the loss, at least we do get to end on a positive, because Marco Reus's injury is not as bad as we first feared. It was a shoulder injury, but it is just a bruised shoulder, not a dislocated one, and he'll only be out for 9 days. So we'll miss a couple of games, but that could have been a lot worse. And I guess if nothing else, we have to look at the silver lining, and thank God that Reus is not out for too long. And that will end today's episode of the Bundesliga career mode as well, guys. So a big thank you for watching today's episode. I really hope you have enjoyed it. And if you have enjoyed today's episode, then please leave a like. Likes are much appreciated. Of course, they really help the channel grow as well. Much love to you all. I hope you had a fantastic Saturday, and I'll see you for the next episode of the Bundesliga career mode very soon. Oh, and we're top. Just want to point out, we're top of the table. So I got that wrong as well. I'm always getting stuff wrong, and I'm rubbish.